What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. What's up, Nancy? Hey, y'all. We're getting ready to go ahead and demonstrate this template. All right, now I'm going to make this one quick because we have another session tonight. Tonight, we are going to do our Shopify banners. So we're going to do those. And this is going to rock, y'all. Did y'all know y'all going to get your Shopify store up and running in 5 days? So on Friday, you will have a Shopify store. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this here Photoshop file. Well, first, let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. I'm going to show you how to get to it. So if you are not in the Shopify challenge, I have instructions right now where you can still get in instead of $297. You can get it for $97. You have to DM the word Shopify to my Instagram. If you DM the word Shopify to Instagram, you'll get a $200 off code. So you will still be able to get the Shopify challenge. For $97, you'll get the template for the actual Shopify store banners and categories, as well as the mockups and the nice old design we're going to work on right now. So if you have not purchased it yet, you could buy it at $297, or you can go ahead and take advantage of that coupon code for $200 off. Get it for $97. Yours is going to say buy now. If you already have it, then you will not have to hit buy now. You can just go ahead and put in your email to log on. Then, see how mine already has a login? So I'm going to go ahead and check in there. All right. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and go to the course, which is right here, 4.3 to 4.7, 5-day No Fear Shopify launch. And on the left-hand side, you will see day 3. There is a mini Automizer. So you get an Innate Genius Mega Mockup Automizer just for this graduation challenge. And then we're going to go ahead and download this. So all I do is hit that 216 zip and it downloads. Okay. Now, I already have this ready, but it should not take that long to download, loves. I know some of your computers or systems are different, so that's why we only upload this thing an hour before class. If you cannot download this in the hour before class, then it means that you should not be coming to the live class. You should just watch the video and do this on your own time. Now, here's a warning. When you download something, it's going to be zipped, okay? What we want to do is right-click and extract all. And if you want to tell it to put it on your desktop, so I'm going to go to browse and I'm going to put it on my desktop. Okay. If you do not do this, then we're going to be searching for the file during class, and Doc, don't play that. Y'all know that old saying, homie, don't play that. We're just not going to deal with it. So just come to class prepared and we will get through and we will flow together. Okay. So on the desktop, I'm going to go ahead and put this 216 folder. All right. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to extract. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and let you all know that day 4, you'll see a day 4. You don't see it right now, but day 4 will have the file for later today. So those of you who need to get this part done, y'all need to have this part done before we start class tonight, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and see where that extracted file did. Is it done? Here it is. Okay, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call this 2023-04-04 Shopify challenge. So I can put all of my stuff from this Shopify challenge in here. That way I'm not confused. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go view, and I'm going to go large icon so I can see what's in all of these folders. And I'm just going to right click on this image right here, which is the Automizer mockup. I'm going to right click, go to open with, and tell it that I want to open it with Photoshop. All right. And I'm going to close out of anything that is not this file right now, just so I don't have any additional issues here. And you all see this work here. This is some of the work from last night, y'all. Some of y'all stayed with me and y'all got some beautiful work done. So we're going to make it so that you all get to wrap this up really quickly, okay? So right click, we see this caution symbol. That means that these need to be updated. So I want to right click on the gray area where the text is, right click, update all modified content. Y'all, I'm going to move through this pretty quickly because last night we did not move through it quickly because we had a mix of newbies and OGs. So for my OGs, this will be a very quick reference. And then also for my people who went through it last night, this will be a quick re-reference when you need to do this over again, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to double click on the all over t-shirt here. Then we're going to, we see that caution symbol, right click, update all modified content. Double click on the thumbnail here so we can open that up. And we're going to start with the foreground. But before we do anything, we see those caution symbols, right click, update all modified content. And it may be moving a little bit slow. If it's moving a little bit slow, it's because I'm also streaming right now. All right, so now let's go ahead and double click on our thumbnail for our foreground and let's start changing that up. What you're going to do is change out your colors, but before we do anything, let's right click, update all modified content. All right, and y'all see y'all have the opportunity to join the Shopify challenge at a $200 discount. And they get y'all going by Friday. All right, so this one's taking a little bit of time to update those contents. All right, there we go. Now we're going to double click on color number 1. There we go. And we're going to change that color out. What I suggest here is that you go File, Place Embedded. And I want you to File, Place Embedded. I want you to place your logo. So I don't have a logo right now to place because these colors are already my logo colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tiger that I gave you all earlier. I'm going to pretend like that's my school colors. Okay. And let's go ahead and pick the colors from this. So I'm going to use my eyedropper tool here on the side, the eyedropper tool. And I'm going to pick the purple. Let's go with that purple right there, the nice deep purple. Where'd it go? And I'm holding down on the mouse until I come across the purple that I really want. I think I want a deeper purple. Right there is good. Okay, when I get that color, we're good to go. It saves it up here in my swatches, at least temporarily. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick my gold color or my yellow color. So I'm going to pick that color. It's going to be my secondary color. Now you see those over here on the left, on the right side, but on the left side of the swatches, but on the right side of the screen. Now that I have my logo, I'm going to, I don't need it anymore. I was just using it to pick colors. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to change my primary color number 1 to this purple because purple is going to be my main color. I'm going to close out, say yes to save. All right, then I'm going to take color number 2, change that to my gold, close out, hit yes to save. All right, and now we get into changing some of the elements here. I'm going to open up accent number 1, double click on it. And then I'm going to change my color 1 and 2. Same thing, color 1. I'm going to double click and change that to the purple. Color 2, I'm going to double click and change that to the gold. Now here, if I want the flat colors, I'm going to change the blend mode of this top color to normal instead of color. I'll do the same thing for this blend mode. I'll change to normal. And we are all good to go. I can exit out of this, hit yes to save. If you want to be safe, hit File, Save first, or do Control S or Command S on the Mac. If you save it and then close it out, you'll be much, much safer. Okay, so for the balloons, I'm going to double click And if you are on your move tool, right click on the balloon, it'll tell you that's accent number 2. It'll automatically find it over here in the layers. Double click on that. And again, I'm going to update my color number 1 to the purple. And then I'll show you what happens when I do Control S to save first. If I save it first, it won't even ask me anything when I close it. So that's the safest way to do it. Double click on the second color. Let's change that to the gold. Control S to save. Close that out. And right now my balloons are supposed to be gold, but it's a little dark. So I'm going to go over here to my levels, turn that eyeball on, double click on the levels image, and you see there's a mid-tone right here. I'm going to change my mid-tone until my balloons look about the color that I want, and I like that. So then I do Control S to save. Close out here, and then I have my balloons plus my logo here. And we're not done yet. I'm going to right click on the word congratulations, double click on it. The only thing that we're going to do here is right click and update all modified content so that my colors are updated. And we'll give that just a moment. There we go, updated. Let's close out of this and hit yes. Now color number 2 is my secondary color. So I'm going to come down here to color number 2, double click. I'm sorry, text 2, right click, update all modified content. And if I wanted to make them opposite colors, I could. I can just turn on the eyeball for whichever color I want to apply to this word. All right, and here we're not changing the text style. We're just going to go ahead and keep this as graduate because we're going to be creating our graduation content for our website. Now, what I do want you to do for first name, we're going to right click, go to text 4. You're going to double click here. Now you should have this font installed because I gave you this font to install. Right click, update all modified content. And while that's converting, I want to show you that those fonts are here. All you have to do is just go ahead and select both of them, right click, install. It's going to ask you if you want to replace it. If you already have it, you can say yes. But if you don't have it, it won't even ask you that question. It should just go ahead and install. All right, so I'm going to come out of this now. Let's go back to our main folder. All right, so first name is updated. I want you to double click on the T for first name, and this is where you're going to learn to change your text style. I'm going to put your name instead of first name. It's going to be a little bit longer, and you'll notice that the color, the smart color here, doesn't cover up the bottom of the Y. If you select the first one, hold down Shift, select the last color, and then you pull this node down here to make the color cover more of that area. You're going to be perfectly fine. Hit enter to lock in that transformation. And now we can close out of this, hit yes to save, and watch that magic start to update. Perfect. Now your name is now behind these balloons, which we can't see all the text. So we're going to drag the text above the logo. So then that way we're seeing more of the text there. All right. Now, if you want to resize that, you could make it just a little bit smaller, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Now for last name, same thing here. We'll right click, double click on the thumbnail here, and let's update all modified content. And all we're doing here is just updating our colors. That yellow looks beautiful. Let's hit yes to save. Awesome, awesome. So the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to right click on the photo. And the reason why I tell you to right click on the canvas here is because this is where you're allowed to see what you're touching. And then you don't have to go searching through the layers over here. So let's go to photo 1. Let's double click on that photo. And now we're going to change this image out. If you notice, go to File, Place Embedded. And we'll go to your desktop folder. And inside of your desktop folder, you have a folder called AI Grad Images. Go ahead and close the door. You're fine. Go ahead. All right. And I've included 15 images here for you. They're AI images. And I'll make these a little bit bigger So I just right click in the white space, view extra large icons, and you can choose whichever image resonates with your ideal client. That's the idea here, is make sure that you're choosing content that's going to resonate with your ideal client. All right. And I'm going to pull up on the top here to resize this. I'm going to bring it up right to the top. And then also you can, some of your images may be a little bit longer. You can pull it down at the bottom too. Hit enter to lock in that transformation. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the layer mask from the Roblox-ish character, and I'm going to hold down Alt or Option on the Mac, is Alt on the PC. And I'm going to start to pick up this layer mask. You'll notice it has a double arrow. That means it's duplicating that. I'm going to drop it right there. And now I'm going to turn off photo 1. When I turn that off, now I have my nice, beautiful fade off, and I have removed the previous image. So I'm going to be smart and do File Save or Control S to save. Then I'm going to close out of this, and it should automatically update right here. Super fast, super cool, right? You all also have a bonus image. Don't worry about this one right now. You can play with that after you're done with everything, after you're done with the entire course, after you're done with the entire challenge. It's a bonus artwork. It's a little Easter egg in there for y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and let us, here, I'll open it up just to show you what to do with it when you see it, because I know y'all are going to do it anyway. All you have to do is right click, update all modified content, and all of the images will change except photo 2, 3, and 4, because we have not put in a photo for that. But as you can imagine, you can update those photos and they will propagate everywhere as well. All right, so see how that just changed our new models in there? And then also our colors have updated to the school colors there. I'm going to hit yes to save those changes there. All right, all right. Now what we're going to do, go ahead, you can read that one. We're going to go ahead and save this file. So we have completely finished our foreground. We're going to Control S, or you can go to File, Save. Let's close that out, and boom, our foreground image is changed. Now it's time to update the background. Let's double click here. And first thing we do, we see the caution symbol. So we right click, update all modified content. Now here, I also have a bonus foreground accent. So before I submit this one with the black here, I might want this to be a different color. I might want this to be white, or just maybe one of my other colors from the palette. So I'm going to double click on the foreground accent, right click, update all modified content. Okay. And then I might change that one to purple, or I might let the purple stay on with the black, change my opacity of my purple, so then it makes a darker purple. Let me see. I think I'm going to like that. Let's see. So it's not quite black. And I could also change this to where the halftone itself is not full opacity. Therefore, if I did want to go with my black and I wanted it to kind of have a not so full opacity there, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to let it be a little transparent, about 70% opacity. Okay, so then I see some of my gradients underneath it. I think I like that. All right, so now what I can do too, I don't like how the purple looks lavender. Okay, so I'm going to go to the right click and go to my color 1 on the background here. Now what it is these levels are going to, the colors above it are going to affect this background orange differently depending on how dark or light of a color this is. Now, if I want to affect the midtones there, I'm going to double click on my levels right here. I'm going to change the midtone to whichever direction gives me the darkness and fullness that I want here. And then also I can change the white here, and I can allow it to be a little darker here. And that gives me way more of the effect that I want. In fact, I think that I even want to change my foreground accent here. I think I want to change it to purple, and I want it to be darker, and I want it to be full here. I think I'm going to like that. So I'm going to hit yes to save those changes. All right, I think I like it. So let's go ahead and do a file save or Control S, Command S if you're on the Mac. All right, and now it is downhill from here. We have pretty much designed everything that we need to design, and the rest is going to be magic, aka Automizer. Let's go with the Automizer. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this now that it's finished saving. Now you see I have my foreground, my background. Now this is the all over shirt. You could also see how this is going to apply to the other products. So once I'm done here, I'm going to go Control S to save. Now I'm just playing the save and update game, save and update game. So I'm closing that out. Ooh, that is my mock-up for my shirt. I can close. Well, I'm going to save first, and then I'm going to close it. Make sure you're saving and then closing. Okay, and now I want to change my graduation stole. So I'm going to double click on the stole. Update all modified content. Make sure you right click in the gray space where the name of the file or the name of the layer is. Then you're going to, after you update it, then you double click on the thumbnail. Then you're going to right click again to update all modified content. Anytime you see that caution symbol, you already know update all modified content. Do not stare at that yellow caution symbol. All right, all right. We're going to let that finish updating here. Boom, there it is. Instantly, you have your stole design. Now I'm going to Control S or File Save here. There we go. It automatically updates here. Control S to save here. Close out, and boom, my mock-up has changed. So this gives you the design file, pretty much the design file and the print file, and a mock-up of the individual item, and a mega mock-up at the same time. So I'm telling you how powerful this thing is. This is once you design one time, yes, we spent some time to design it one time, but now we can propagate those changes over and over and over again for different products. Imagine doing this for, I don't recommend that you offer more than 10 products ever, because I think it just helps you lock in and be more efficient with your business. So imagine you had 6 products you wanted to show someone and they were willing to buy everything on that page, or maybe even 2 or 3 things on this page, just because it was presented to them. So yes, they may have come to you for a stole or a flag or a t-shirt, but now that you show them all the products that you can do, you can literally mock up all the other products. Let's time this. Let me bring up a timer. Let's time this. Once you design one shirt. Uh-oh. Get out of my face, sir. Okay. So we're going to hit play and let's go. I'm double clicking on the t-shirt. Then I'm going to right click, update all modified content. Then I'm going to double click on the artwork on the t-shirt. Then I'm going to right click, update all modified content. It's thinking for me. It's doing the genius work for me. Updated all of that. I'm going to file save or do Control S. I do Control S so I don't have to take so much time to look for file save. Close out of this one. Hit save again. Close out of this one. My shirt is done. What was that? 35 seconds, y'all. 35 seconds. I just did that. So if you can imagine, once you design one thing, it takes you 1 minute to show them 2 more items. Do you think that's worth your time? Do you think that's worth an upsell? I think so. So let's do it again. Right click, update all modified content. Double click here. Right click, update all modified content. Let it work. Let it do its thing. All right, and now I'm going to close out, hit yes to save. This is good. If I just close out of this, it will ask me yes to save. I just want y'all to get used to saving because I sometimes go on the riskier side of just closing it out and it will ask me to save. But if you're talking to somebody and you forget to hit yes when it asks you to save, you'll be mad that you didn't save your changes. So now this is done and ready to go. You all can change the logo out by double clicking here and double clicking one more time here. And you can do file, place embedded. File, place embedded. And then you should have inside of your folder your logo because you just should have your logo there. Let me see if I can find. No. And I'm not going to look. I was going to say, I know I do have. I'm going to find my alternate logo. Let's go ahead and put that one in just so you can see what it does. And this is a very low resolution version of a logo. Don't judge me because I was trying to hurry up and do this. All right, let's turn that one off. And you'll see that now it will have your logo on this mock-up here. Okay. And then if you wanted to, you can turn that on. All right, and instead of normal, you can actually play with how you want this to affect here. I'll choose an overlay. Nope, I'm going to choose normal and just bring the opacity down a little bit. All right, so I'll close this out, hit yes, because I wanted to have that little metallic look to it just so it can show you and demonstrate what it will do for your logo. Now you have the option to throw that gold on there. And let me show you what it looks like if you turn that off, depending on what your logo looks like. Mine is filled in, so it doesn't look quite the same. Okay, but it'll make your logo turn gold. I am going to turn mine on here so that mine stays full color. And if you don't want the gold on yours, but you can see the gold kind of affecting the background of it, which I think is kind of cool. But if you don't want the gold, you can come here to the effects and turn off the color overlay. And now it will not have the gold effect. All right, so that's it. That's all we did yesterday. Then I wanted you to save. So you're going to save this thing right here. And today what we're going to do is show you how to export these individuals, right? The individual pictures here. And then we'll also get into the Shopify banner. So that's what we're doing today. This is it for the demonstration. You should be able to do this rather quickly, especially for my OGs. And let's be ready for class tonight. I will see you all at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anybody can come at 7 p.m. now, but the VIPs get to stay in the VIP room. The VIP room will have a special guest come talking today. And at 7 o'clock, if you come and you're not VIPing up, then you'll go to another room where we'll make sure that your workspace is set up properly. We'll make sure that your dual screens are working properly, and we'll be able to help you make sure that all of your files are ready where they're supposed to be. So if you come at 7, you'll be able to get some help, okay? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. You can review this video if you need to. I got to go ahead and get ready for class tonight. So if you are in the Shopify challenge, I'll see you in just a bit. If you're not in the Shopify challenge, I don't know why you aren't, because even if you did one before, you are going to learn something new and you're going to develop your skills and have some accountability once again in this Shopify challenge. So come on and join us. Text or DM the word Shopify to my Instagram that's floating across the bottom of the screen. And you can get in right now for $200 off of the Shopify challenge price. And you don't want to miss it, because if you don't have the Automizer and you need some help with your Shopify store, we're going to make a very, very, very special offer at the end of this challenge to those who are already inside of the challenge. Okay? So don't say I didn't tell you. And you're going to get the templates for your Shopify store. So this is just the templates for the mock-ups. I'm going to create templates, and that's what we'll work on today, templates for your Shopify store, your banners, and also your categories, okay? So I'll catch y'all in just a little bit. I love y'all. I appreciate you dearly, and until next time, bye. Love y'all. Peace, peace.